Alright, so you have some questions in regards to how the dining and food works on the Disney Dream Cruise. Well, look no further. In this video, we're going to be going over everything that you could possibly need to know in regards to food and dining on the Disney Dream Cruise. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So before we actually get into all the different restaurants and places that I personally like, I first want to set you up on how the dining works and what to expect when you're going to be dining on the Disney Cruise. So how it works on the Disney Cruise Line is when you're paying for your cruise, in that price is going to include your food. And now with that food are going to come 3 restaurants or dining experience that you have included in that price. Those dining rooms that are included are Enchanted Gardens, Royal Palace, and Animators Palate. So ultimately what that means is that those 3 dining rooms, you're not gonna have to pay anything extra besides alcohol beverages. Yes, unfortunately, when it comes to alcohol, that is not included in that pricing that you're paying up front. However, you can opt into purchasing a drink package, which then will be added to what you owe, and it will allow for that alcoholic beverage to be included depending upon what package you choose. Getting back to the dining experience, the way that it works is that those 3 dining rooms are then going to be split up depending upon how long you're going to be staying on the cruise. So for example, me and Amanda stayed 4 nights, 5 days on the Disney Dream Bahamian cruise. They ended up splitting our dining experience into 3 different days, which went Enchanted Gardens, Royal Palace, Animators Palate, and then Animators Palate again. So in that example, you can see, depending upon how long you're going to be on the cruise is going to dictate how many times you're going to be going into each of those restaurants. Now, I know what your next question probably is, and that is, well, Ty, can I choose which one of those restaurants I wanted to go to? And the answer to that is, unfortunately, no. The way that Disney currently does it is that they will choose which dining room you'll be eating at on what day. However, though, you can choose what time you want to eat. When you are doing your check-in for the cruise, it will ask you your preferred time to eat your dinner. So they will ultimately give you the option of eating your dinner early evening or eating it late evening. So ultimately you can select the time in which you want to eat your dinner to best reflect when you are going to be eating your dinner at home. I also want to point out it's not going to be just for dinner. You will have the option of having breakfast there in the morning, which again, your servers will let you know which dining room you'll be eating at in the morning, and you can check on the app as well. Now, I think I know what your next question is going to be also, which is how will you know which one of these dining rooms you're going to be eating at and when? And the way that you're going to know that is it's going to be on your Disney Cruise app. The Disney Cruise app is very important because it's going to have everything that you need to know in regards to your cruise. It'll have all your reservations, both for your dinners, your excursions, or any activities that you already have booked. So you'll definitely want to make sure to download that app. Even before you get on the cruise, you want to make sure to download it, because when your window is open for you to be able to book different restaurants that I'm going to go over in this video, you're going to go on that app to do all of that. And if you didn't know, you can actually download that now and connect your booked trip to it, and it will actually give you a cute countdown to when you're going to be going on your cruise. So you just want to make sure to have that app readily available to you, so that way you can know when you're supposed to be eating, where you're supposed to be eating at. All right, so now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's get into my own personal experience and review of each of these dining rooms. Going into this, I've broken this up into 3 different categories. The first one is going to be the dining experience and food that is going to be included in the price that you're paying for the Disney cruise. Now, how it works specifically with these 3 dining rooms is that you're going to be able to choose an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. Now, I want to preference, because I want you to make sure to get the best bang for your buck, you can order everything on that menu as much as you want. So if you find something that you enjoy a lot, make sure you keep getting it until you are completely full. After all, you already paid for it. Now, looking at these 3 different dining rooms, it also is important for you to know that they come with different experiences. The first one I want to go into is the Enchanted Garden. With Enchanted Garden, the restaurant is themed exactly that way. It is as if we are in an enchanted garden. It was amazing with the ambiance in that dining room. When you first walked in, you were greeted with an amazing fountain that I would love to have in my house when I have one. And also what was cool was that as you were eating your food, it began to change in the color and the music, and it was just an awesome environment to be in. The cool thing about it as well is that we got a surprise dance party from all of the different characters that we've grown up to love and adore. Now, when it comes to the food in the Enchanted Garden, it was really good. Me and Amanda enjoyed every part of it, from the appetizer to the main course to the dessert. They really had a great selection. So overall, in my review, I gave Enchanted Garden a 9 out of 10 in regards to the overall ambiance, the experience, and the food quality. The next one that I want to go into is Royal Palace. Now with Royal Palace, it is more of an elegant dining room experience. They didn't have any special characters that came out or anything really spectacular like changing of the room. It was more of an elegant eating. They did, however, had a pianist. I believe that's what you call someone who plays the piano. Don't kill me if it's not. Overall, the environment was okay. It was awesome to listen to the music and just relax while we ate our food. Now, when it comes to the food, I also wasn't that impressed with the food. It was good, don't get me wrong. I especially would recommend you get the fried cheese. It was so good, but the food was okay. I think it was more of an adventurous kind of menu, like there was one for escargot. Overall, taking all that into consideration, I gave it about a 6.5 out of 10 in regards to the ambiance and also the food as well. And last but not least, my personal opinion, the best out of all of these, and that is Animators Palate. Animators Palate is such an awesome dining experience. It is a dream come true for the kid inside of me who grew up on Disney. It is so well themed. There is just so much good emotion while eating in that dining room. It was just an amazing time from start till end. It really just spoke to the inner child in you. It is themed to Nemo while you were there, so you are going to be interacting with Nemo characters like Nemo, Dory, Bruce, and also Crush, which if you experience the Turtle Talk with Crush in Epcot, this is exactly that. It had just so much more theming and interaction when it came to this dining experience. It just made the overall experience while you're eating that much better. And when it came to the food, it was so good. They really had a variety of things to select on the menu that were really good and we did enjoy. We ended up going a little bit overboard with getting pretty much every appetizer and entree and even dessert that we could. We wanted to go all in and just experience it all, which again, you can do that. So make sure you take advantage of that. But overall, it was such an awesome dining experience. We had a blast and did not want to leave. I was just so satisfied with both the atmosphere and the entertainment that we had, as well as the food quality. Overall, I gave it an 11 out of 10. Yes, I know I went out of the scale, but I really did love Animators Palate for all of those reasons, and they really just hit a home run when it came to that. The next thing that's going to be available to you in regards to food is going to be the quick service. Now, the two main quick service that are going to be available on the Disney cruise is going to be number 1, Cabanas, and number 2 is going to be Flo's Cafe. Now, starting off with Cabanas, it's going to be a buffet quick service dining experience. When it comes to Cabanas, you can get pretty much anything. So if you have somebody who's a picky eater, or if you didn't want to go to any of the dining rooms that I mentioned previously, you don't have to. You can go to the quick service and go to Cabanas. Cabanas has so many different options, whether it's going to be for breakfast or for lunch or for dinner as well. It is well themed. It had a beach Nemo vibe. It was a family style buffet kind of environment, but more elegant and a beautiful view that you can sit, that I would highly recommend if you can, getting a seat at the window because you can see everything from the ship while you're eating. So it is definitely an awesome place to get a quick bite to eat. The next quick service that I want to go into is Flo's Cafe. Now this cafe is going to be primarily a quick service kind of environment. You're going to wait in line and you will have a basic menu that you can select from a burger to chicken fingers and fries to some cold and hot sandwiches, as well as you can get salads, different things like that. But this is a legitimate quick service type of dining where you're gonna go in and get something really quick to get something in your stomach and move on to the next thing that you have for your day. So when it comes to these two different quick services, you can't really compare them or really rate them because they're so vastly different and really serve their own purposes for each one. What I can say for those two different quick services is that they're both really good for you to be able to eat something quickly. Overall, both of those are really good options in that regard. So now that we've gotten to all the different dining experiences experience and food that is included in that price that you're paying for the cruise, I'm now going to transition to the paid dining experience that you have on the Disney Dream Cruise. Now, when it comes to the Disney Dream Cruise, you have two different dining experiences that you can choose from. One of them being Pallo's and the other one being Remy's. They both have a different distinctive atmosphere as well as dining experience. Pallo's is going to be more of an Italian cuisine, whereas Remy is going to be more of a French fancy cuisine. Now, with these two dining experiences, I want to point out that you do have to make sure to have some kind of formal outfit. The only difference between Pallo's and Remy's is that Remy's will require guys to wear a jacket, whereas Pallo's you do not have to. I do have a video that goes over the specific dress code that you need for each one of those, which I will link below. So after you're done with this video, you can go ahead and watch that video. In my personal opinion, Pallo is a better experience overall. Now, it's not to say that you'll have a better experience with Remy's, but overall, when it comes to the price, the food, and the experience that you have when it comes to Pallo's, in my opinion, it was amazing. Dining at Pallo's is going to cost you about $55 per person, and it's an a la carte style that we ended up going with, which what that is that allows you to get an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert. And let me tell you, the food is exceptional. The food at Pallo's was just so good, so unique. It was just one of the best experiences that I had when it came to formal dining. They really just made sure to meet exactly to your personal preference and just made it an overall amazing experience. When you are in a Pallo's, you will have a very, very professional and amazing server who knows that menu inside and out, both the food and also the specialty drinks that you can get. She was amazing with knowing exactly everything that's in the food and understanding what our palate was and to match the different items that were on the menu to that, which is a common theme when it comes to the Disney Cruise Line, and I definitely appreciate that a lot. I will say with Pallo, they go an extra mile because they will do specialty things for you to make sure that you are satisfied with your meal. Now, when it comes to Remy's, did not try Remy's for multiple reasons because of the pricing and also reviews that we saw, which we will at some point try Remy's the next time that we go. So definitely, if you think that you're gonna like Remy's, give it a try because it doesn't hurt to try. For overall price and also the experience that we had, I would definitely recommend Pallo's if you are thinking about doing it, because I really highly doubt that you will have a bad experience when it comes to that. Now, that is all the food and dining experience on the cruise, but I also wanted to do a little bonus thing for you and give you the best food and dining experience on Castaway Cay. When it comes to Castaway Cay, the best place that you can get food from is going to be Serenity's Bay Barbecue. It is such a great place to get a barbecue themed meal at. They had everything from burgers to ribs to anything that you could possibly think of when it comes to barbecue or cookout meal. They had it there and it was so good. I did want to point out that it is age restricted and that you have to be an adult in order to eat there. Overall, it is a great experience. And that's it. If you found this to be valuable, please make sure to hit that like button as it will push this video out to more people who might have this question like you. Also, before you go, make sure to check this video out, which is going to go over the 4 reasons you should choose a Disney cruise over Disney World.